What's up, everybody? It's John Garcia, health coach for UpLevel Living. Before I started today's workout, I thought I would just jump on real quick because a lot of people struggle with getting an exercise habit or any kind of exercise routine going, and it really isn't that hard. I think a couple of pitfalls is you try to set a certain time of day, and because life is what it is, you don't get to where you want to be at that certain time, and so you put off the exercise. Another reason I think is like, with exercise, we don't count it as a necessity. It's optional, right? you know we can choose to exercise or not choose to exercise, but that mentality is actually wrong. Exercise really should not be an option. There's a lot of things you do in the course of a day that you don't like to do, but you do them anyway. It may be, I don't know, it may even just be brushing your teeth. You don't feel like it, but you have to do it. But obviously with work, you may not feel like going to work, but you do it. You may not feel like paying the bills, but you do it. You may not feel like exercising, but you do it. That's kind of where you need to get to, and I know it takes time. So I want to talk about just how to create a habit, right? There's a couple other videos I have on it, but it's trigger, response, and reward. So what's the trigger to exercise? It needs to be something you do every single day. So for me, the trigger is whatever time I get home from work. Once I walk through that door, I'm going to change and I'm going to go work out. So there's very little time in my mind to contemplate, should I work out, should I not work out, do I feel like working out, is it too late, do I have to do dinner? It doesn't matter. That's what my trigger is. I walk through the door, I come back, I get changed, I come back here and I work out. So barring any kind of emergency or, obviously, any serious situation, that's what I'm going to do. And that's it. And everything else revolves around that. And that's why making yourself a priority is so important, because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Everybody has busy lives and different things, but we can all come up with an excuse or a reason not to work out. So I've learned that exercise is not an option. It's not an option if you want to live a healthy lifestyle. It's diet and exercise, and then everything else that helps you manage stress. And now exercise also helps you manage stress. All right, so that's the trigger. So my response is to exercise, because you could respond and say, well, again, I don't know if I feel like it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. So if you're in that zone where you're just contemplating it, here's the tool. The tool is the 5 second rule, right? And no, it's not picking up something off the floor and eating it after 5 seconds. It's you're gonna count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and really decide and act. Meaning, I'm gonna exercise and you go do it. That's it. You give yourself 5 seconds, take a deep breath, and you do it. The hardest part is to start, because once you start and you create a habit, it'll never stop. The hardest part is to stop. I start. After that, stopping becomes the hardest part, because you're gonna love it. Because obviously, it's trigger, the response, and the rewards is, you're gonna look good, you're gonna feel good, you're gonna have more energy, you're gonna be more focused, you're gonna lower cholesterol and blood sugar and all these other great things. But maybe you also create a little incentive with exercise, and you say, well, if I don't exercise at least 5 days a week, I can't drink this weekend. Or if I don't exercise, or if I do exercise 5 days a week, I have an extra, pancake on Saturday. You reward yourself with something, and you keep track of it, and you monitor your progress. So trigger, make it something that happens every day. Response, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exercise. And then the reward. If you're not just happy enough with what your body is becoming and how you're feeling, you could create another incentive and another reward. All right, so now I'm going to show you a simple, workout routine. And literally, it's 5 minutes, guys. It's 5 minutes that we're going to do right now. I use an app. It's called Tabata, Tabata. And in that app, you can set, your settings so that it keeps track and it counts off, the exercise for you. So what I'm going to do is a 5 minute exercise, and here's how it works. You do, each exercise for 40 seconds. So you do as much as you can for 40 seconds, and then the timer is going to tell you to rest. It's going to rest for 20 seconds. So that's a minute. And then you're going to do the next one, 40 seconds on and 20 seconds off. And then again. So you're going to do 5 exercises, that's 5 minutes. And the purpose and the goal is, obviously 5 minutes is not going to change your physique and change your whole body and lifestyle. But what it can do, and what it absolutely will do, if you're consistent with it, it's going to create a habit. It's going to create an exercise habit. so that the next time that trigger, maybe it's after your cup of coffee in the morning, maybe it's just after you wake up, maybe it's later after dinner, and maybe it's at 8 or 9 o'clock. Although I don't recommend exercising too late for other reasons, and we'll talk more about it. But whatever that trigger is, that you respond and that you're doing this exercise. So if you do it consistently enough, how long does it take to create a new habit? It takes 66 days. It takes more than 2 months. That's if you do it every day. If you know me as a health coach, we teach 80-20. That means I want you to exercise at least 5 days a week. So if you're doing 5 days a week, it's going to take you 3 months. It's going to take 90 days, guys, to create an exercise habit. And it'll be something that's just part of your life, part of your routine, and you won't have to choose it anymore. It's just who you are, and it's just something you do. All right, so I'm gonna show you the exercises. Now, the exercises are push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, squats, and running in place. Push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, squats, and running in place. Push-ups, there's the traditional full plank push-up where your legs are completely extended. The optional push-up is you're on your knees, and so that creates a little less weight on the top because you're resting on your knees. You could even literally do a push-up leaning against a wall. If wherever you're at in your in what you can do, that's fine. The thing is, you do as many as you can for those 40 seconds. If it's just 10, it's 10. If it's 5, it's 5. Whatever it is, you're setting yourself a baseline. You're setting yourself up, for a benchmark, and then you're going from there. All right, so push-ups, you got a couple alternatives. Full plank, on your knees, or against the wall. Sit-ups, there's a couple of options as well. One way a great way to start is to put your feet under a chair or something heavy so that it holds your feet and gives you a little bit better, kind of ability to resist and a little bit better ability to come up, all right? So putting your feet under something is good. Sometimes I just put them under some dumbbell weights and come up. Squats. So squats, there's really only kind of one way to do squats, or either with weights or without, but we're going to do them without weights, and I'll show you how to do that. Jumping jacks, it's really just a great aerobic exercise. Now, if your knees hurt, or if you don't have great knees, or you just have a lot of weight and jumping is not easy, you can literally just do a non-jumping jumping jack. So you're going to just be stretching your arms over your head and back down as much as you can, and it's going to work your shoulders, and it's going to work your arms, and it's going to work your back, and it's still a great exercise until you slowly build up to jumping. And then running in place is the same kind of deal. You just kind of jogging in place, and the intensity, the speed is what you want to build up from week to week. All right. So I'm gonna hit play on the app and show you how we're gonna go through this. I have the free version of the app, and an ad is playing. So. All right, so I have it set up so that there's a minute just to get ready. Just kind of like if you're going to get some gear or you have dumbbells. So for this, you don't even need that. So this is all in your settings. Then after that, it says a warm-up for 2 minutes. Now, you can still do the warm-up even though, there's not a heavy workout here. But what you could do is just shoulder rotations. Okay, forward and then backwards. You do want to avoid injury, so warming up, stretching your muscles is a good idea. Forward and backwards. And then kind of this standing Russian twist where you just kind of bringing your knee up to your elbow. And there you go, cracking your back, twisting your back. This is a good one. Get a couple of these. And then I like to stretch out my side, so you grab one hand and you pull it over with the other one. And you get a nice stretch. Good stretch for your arms. You will be doing some aerobic with this, so you just kind of want to jump in place a little bit. Shake your limbs out. A couple more of these. So I have 2 minutes. You may not need 2 minutes. And I'm going to just lower this a little bit so we'll get started in 30 seconds. All right, so this is your 5-minute habit exercise habit creating workout. All right, and I know everybody has 5 minutes. You do want to do some stretches because you're going to do some squats. So I know everybody has 5 minutes. You could do 5 in the morning and 5 at night is another great way to, but whatever it is, you want to keep it consistent, okay? All right, we got 10 seconds. So we're going to start off with the push-ups, 40 seconds, as many as I can do.
Exercise.
Okay, so you heard it count off. I did 53. You get to 40, you're doing pretty good. I got a 20-second rest. We're going to get into sit-up position. As many sit-ups as I can do for 40 seconds.
Exercise. Rest.
All right, I struggled a little bit. I didn't have anything to hold my legs down. So you definitely want to try to put something to hold your feet down. All right, squats. So these are air squats. Legs about shoulder width apart. Kind of want to just drop your butt straight down. Just put your hands in front of you. Keep your knees without going over the front of your toes. So straight down and up. As many as we can do for 40 seconds. You have to go fast. You want to keep your form, your butt straight down as if you're sitting down. Back nice and straight. You want to bend over like this, just straight down.
Rest.
All right, 40-second rest. Now we're going to do jumping jacks. Again, see, I'm a little bit winded. It's not easy. We're going to do as many as we can for 40 seconds. Big wide arms. Tap it till it counts us off.
Exercise.
You could also do these front ones. It's good for your chest. Just give a nice flex each time you open up. All right, last one's running in place.
Rest.
If you want to add a little bit of intensity to it, you do them high knees. Just put your hands about hip level, and each time you run, you want your knees to hit your hands. We'll try that. And go.
Exercise.
Key is to kind of push yourself really as intense as you can. Want to feel your heart rate go up, be a little winded. And
Rest.
rest, like Tabitha says. Okay.
Workout paused.
That's it, guys. That's your workout. 5 minutes, heart rate's up. More than anything else, you've accomplished it. It's done. And you're exercising the habit muscle. Habit is a muscle. You gotta exercise it. So when you do that, I want you to do that routine every day, at least 5 days a week. If you could get six, get six. And I know you can, get seven, get seven. The more you do, the faster you're gonna build the habit. Now, here's the thing. After next week, you repeat that entire thing a second time. So now you're doing 10 minutes, right? You do all 5, put the setting on Tabitha, rest a minute in between the sets, and do it again. Third week, go to 3 sets. And then fourth week, finally, you go to 4 sets, which means you're doing it for 20 minutes. I guarantee you, if you could do strong intensity of these 5 exercises 4 times and get to 20 minutes, you're gonna see some amazing changes in your life. And best of all, most of all, within a couple of months, you're gonna have a new exercise habit. All right, guys, have a great workout. Stay blessed, and until next week, take care.